All right. Hey, welcome to the Tre Stewart program. We're here today with very special guests. I try to bring the most brilliant minds I can find so we can figure out what's going on in today's society. And we got the great Ian Edwards and Chloe Lebranch. How do you say it? Is it French?
Yeah.
Lebranch.
Lebranch,
Thanks for coming. Is that French?
I guess.
Okay. Well, thanks for Ian. Thanks for coming, man. At the mothership, it's been going great, man. You moving?
Am I
Moving to
moving?
Austin? Yeah.
I mean, now is the perfect time to move. But in 2 months, it'll be too hot to even move in this city. So I would never move. I love the city up until April. And then
Yeah.
It's just too hot.
Yeah. Well, so I think why not get a place and then just not be here?
Yeah. Just blow money away. just
That way, I mean, yeah, you got
Makes
money.
sense, Trey.
You got money, man. Look at that.
Yeah, why not? Why save it for my future?
Yeah.
Follow your recommendation on a whim and just all right.
Yeah, man. I know you got money. You got a nice track suit. Coming in here looking like Zelensky.
Yeah. I take all my financial advice from Trey.
Yeah,
he,
listen.
he manages my Venmo account.
Oh yeah. Listen, I can do it. I can get you less money.
Shit, I'm already doing that.
Oh yeah.
He needs help.
Where did you see the Zelensky thing with Trump? He was where people got mad at him
when
wearing.
he was in the White House. He said something funny.
He
Always does.
Yeah, Trump. Oh yeah, I think Zelensky was. They were getting mad at him for not saying thank you, and it's ridiculous because he did say thank you. But the craziest question was about his suit. Like, I think we can go to the. I want to show you guys the first clip.
Pretty close.
These man short.
He's all dressed up today.
Why don't you wear a suit? Why don't you wear a suit? You're at the highest level in this country's office, and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if do you own a suit?
Yeah, problems.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not
Really?
respecting
I
the
don't have
dignity of this
such-
office.
I will wear a costume after this war will finish. Okay. Yes, maybe one.
Maybe something like this.
something like
Yes,
yours.
sir.
Yes.
That'd be great.
Maybe something better. I don't know.
Whoa.
We will see. Maybe something cheaper than yeah.
Shots fired. Okay, so that's kind of great, right? I mean,
Was that like a roast battle? Was that kind of like a
yeah.
roast battle?
Well, I feel like it's silly to. It's a war happening right now, so to talk about what he's wearing is kind of silly. But you think he could have put on a tie? You know what I mean?
They should have had those Grammy red carpet. What are you wearing to the negotiation to stop people from dying? Who dressed you for this negotiation?
Exactly. Yeah, you have
He's
somebody
like,
interviewing.
this suit is Armani, and the war is bad.
You just have people
Yeah.
dying in the background. And got drones. And you're asking
he's
Zelensky.
covered in debris. He's brushing it off his.
Yeah. I mean, it is a silly thing, but I feel like they're gonna. That whole meeting, though, we were talking about this earlier, where it was kind of a farce. It was kind of for show, right? Like JD, you had a good point about JD being there. Where
I just feel like J.D. Vance was at that meeting because you never really see like the vice president at a meeting like that. It's just the president and whoever he's talking to.
yeah,
So during the campaign trail, J.D. Vance hit Kamala really well by asking her, like, what have you done? We haven't seen you since you become vice president and you guys won
Right.
the election. So that he scored some points with that. So I think he's been like watching Trump every day with Elon. And it looks like Elon is more the president or closer to being the next president than him. So he's like, hey, man, can I come to this meeting? Can I sit on the
Competing.
couch?
Can I be
I ask a question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he was just only there to like show some type of presence and look like kind of presidential for like
Yeah.
his future. Like
Yeah.
campaign.
Yeah.
like
It's like-
setting himself up.
It's like Trump is his best friend, but then he sees Trump's getting a new best friend.
Yeah, it
He's
is,
like,
exactly.
He's like, no, we've been best friends for longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, Elon is really taking up a lot of the spotlight.
Yeah.
I thought that there was a thing that the president and the vice president weren't supposed to be in the same place a lot.
No, that's the bride and groom.
It's bad luck.
Yeah, it's bad. No, yeah, I think they are. I don't really see them together a lot, But Trump he's done more interviews with Elon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just silly. I don't know. I don't get that. But what do you think of where do you fall in Trump's America? Are you having a good time?
I mean, it hasn't really changed my life that much.
You got all your abortions out the way.
I don't even think I'm fertile, so that
Congratulations.
didn't affect me. Right?
Oh, good job.
What do you so she wasn't fertile before the election?
Oh, yeah, I always say I was a
Don't worry
drug
about it.
addict, so a sperm goes in, and they're like, I was looking for a womb, not a trap house. That's what I would say.
Yeah, there's nothing can grow there.
I'm not, no problem.
So that's interesting. Oh, so you didn't care? Was abortion isn't like a big
I'm
deal?
pro-life, because if I get pregnant, I'm keeping it. So I'm just like,
Well, it's a miracle. I guess if you get pregnant, that's Jesus.
It's
It's
divine.
Jesus.
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm not having sex with anyone either, so it's a immaculate
Yeah.
conception.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point, man. It's like so, God didn't get her consent. Nobody talks about that.
I do talk about that.
Really?
Yeah,
Good, you should.
because I feel
yeah.
like the Gen Zers are probably mad about it.
Hilarious.
Because the Gen Zers
Yeah.
are like, what? I could see them going on a rant like, why did you do that, God? Like, did you even ask?
Exactly. We need to Me Too God.
I think so too. I think that the Gen Zers right now are probably ruining heaven.
For sure. She's
know-
on TikTok.
Yeah, they're just like canceling God, and they're like, we
Yeah.
only want electric cars here. Like it's
Gen Zers probably don't want to go to heaven because there's no TikTok there.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
want to stay on Earth.
Yeah, I mean TikTok wouldn't be in hell. That'd be a hell thing. That's like,
yeah.
yeah. I feel like. Do you believe in
TikTok?
like?
Do you believe in TikTok?
Yeah, I believe in TikTok. Why wouldn't I believe in TikTok, Trey?
Are you on
What type
TikTok?
of a question is that?
What do you work for Chinese? Are you a Chinese spy?
Yeah.
Okay, you believe on TikTok. What's your algorithm like?
It's definitely not for me. The algorithm is not in my favor at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that because it's supposed to be the specific thing, but sometimes it shows me stuff that I've never even seen before. I think it listens to you too because we were talking about Wayo. What's the car? The driverless cars?
Waymo.
Waymo?
Waymo.
Yeah, I had a conversation about Waymo, and then my TikTok just started showing me like Waymo content, which is this. I mean, they're listening. We already knew that, man. I mean, at this point, it's like I just as long as I can, my life is made better. Then you can listen to me, right? It's like you got all this information. I want my life to be easier.
I hope my next girlfriend listens to me as much as my phone does.
As much as the Chinese do.
Yeah, it's like why can't you be more like Alexa?
Why can't you be more like Amazon?
Listen to me, yeah.
Listen to me.
Are you dating? You got like a girl?
No.
No, yeah, that's good. Yeah, are you like are you looking or you just not even?
I'm like whatever happens.
Whatever happens,
Yeah,
happens.
whatever happens, happens.
Is it like, would you say it's the landscape has changed like dating wise? Like,
I don't know. Is this an intervention?
Yeah,
About
right.
being single?
oh yeah, listen, this is
Are you gay?
are you
Are you on the dating
homosexual?
apps?
Yeah.
I'm not on the apps, but I'm for the apps. You know what I do like about the apps? I like that the apps tell people up front exactly who you are. Like they have all these different sections. Like if you're looking just to like for a relationship, or if you're just looking to fuck, or if you're poly, or something like that. Like if somebody agrees to go on a date with you and you're poly, you don't have to like spring this thing on them.
Yeah, it's right there.
Like it's right there. It's like, why did you go on a date with me? Didn't you read? And
A lot of people don't read.
What do you mean? Why am I introducing you to my other girlfriend? It said it in my profile. That I was
Yeah.
looking for.
It's a very upfront way.
It's a very upfront way to like put all the cards on the table without the stress of like connecting with somebody and then worrying about, damn, is she gonna like my wife?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's also, you can put if you're sober on it. People put if they don't drink and stuff. And they didn't used to do that. And then when I would go on the apps, every time I'd relapse. Relapsed on. I've gone to rehab
Really?
after 2 Bumble dates.
Oh no, what happened?
Just they would go real bad, and I was already drinking. But then Then other times I would just like start drinking on the dates because I'm nervous because it's like a stranger, and then it's just awkward because if you tell someone you don't drink for the first time, they start asking all these questions, like why'd you stop, like all that
It's
stuff.
an interrogation.
And like one time I went on a date with this guy, and I was like, oh no, I don't drink, and he goes, luckily I'm cool with that. I know a lot of people would not be okay with that.
Luckily,
He goes, but I'm a pretty good guy. And I'm like,
Nice.
thank you.
that's something that good guys say.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty good
And
guy.
you're like, 2, please.
yeah, I know, right?
That people really do get upset at you not drinking because you don't drink either.
No.
Right? Yeah, people get like offended.
Yeah, like if I have a good show, someone like, hey man, let me buy you a drink. And I'm like, I don't drink. And they're like, what do you do for fun? I'm like, I just made you laugh for 45 minutes. What do you mean what I do for fun?
Yeah.
You just saw it. That's why you want to buy me a drink.
Yeah.
Why do you think I need one?
Yeah.
People think that alcohol is fun, right? They can't have the idea of going out and having fun without a drink. I think is so foreign to people that's why they get mad. Their initial reaction is because it questions their worldview. They take it as a personal assault, but it's not.
It's usually the people who have a problem that get mad. It's
Exactly.
usually like the people who are big drinkers with you don't drink, it like pisses them off.
Absolutely.
Because then they start like internalizing, like maybe I should stop drinking. Or the amount of people that people will come up to me when they're like really fucked up and like tell me that they got to stop drinking and they're an alcoholic, and then they're like 1 second, and they go to the bathroom and do coke and come back and they're like, where were we?
Yeah. I work at a bar at the airport, and I'm supposed to like
Cool.
I'm supposed to stop people. I know, right? From taking alcohol out of the bar. They always try to like stuff cans in their bags. They freak out every time I catch them because they're being confronted with the fact that they're stealing a can of Chardonnay at like 10 in the morning.
And they're pilots. So
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah.
It's Denzel Washington?
Exactly. Yeah,
It's a very stressful job now, dude.
It is a stressful flying heavy. I don't know. I don't even know if I ever want to get on a plane again. They're flipping over. Is this something that I heard somebody say that planes have always been dropping out the sky, but now the media
Dropping out.
is focused on it.
We're flight, with Denzel when he's so drunk. They showed us that in rehab in group because they were trying to like scare us. And afterwards, everyone was like, "Whoa, alcoholics can do anything! Like this is he's so good." Someone like is like, "I want to be a doctor." Like, it like really backfired.
Wow, they got the wrong message.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, when you were drinking, right? Did you go on a date with someone that didn't drink and be like, why don't you drink? Like, ask them the same questions that somebody would ask you?
Because it's usually people who don't drink are comfortable talking to the other person about why they don't drink.
Right.
Because it's much easier because there's no judgment, so you don't have to hide what you're gonna say.
It's funny how the person that doesn't drink gets judged, and the person who does drink does the judging.
Yeah,
and it should just be like, you do what you do, I do what I do. It doesn't mean it ain't gonna happen, or we can't like still connect as human beings.
Yeah.
Also, like people are so much uglier when you're sober.
Oh, that's a great point. They're uglier and they're more boring.
Yeah. Well,
Alcohol makes people prettier and more interesting.
yeah, that's the thing. It was so easy to like go on like say I was in a long-term relationship and then I break up and then I go on the apps. It's so foreign to me to even like try to have an emotional connection, let alone like have sex with somebody that I don't know if I've been having sex with the same guy, if I'm not cheating on him, for a long time. Because then I'm like, this feels so weird. And then you're like thinking about it. Because I'm like thinking about my ex-boyfriend. And then this guy, whereas if I'm drunk, I'm like, whatever,
Yeah.
That's
funny. Were you cheating? Was that like a problem in the...
Well, when you go on a break, it's confusing. Because like,
No, it's not.
really?
Nuh-uh.
'Cause I think a break is a breakup.
A break is a breakup, and you have to get it in
But no, a lot
as
of people.
much as possible, so that when you get back together, it's not you didn't cheat, and
Right.
and you got to see somebody else, see what the other side is like, and even be stronger in your relationship that you just went back to.
I'm too jealous for that. If I found out my boy, and
So
I
don't ask him.
well,
Yeah.
well, of course I'm going to ask. I'm a woman.
That's a great point. Yeah.
But I think that in my past, and if you go on a break, and then if one of us has sex with the other person, we're not really asking because we did something. But if like say I had sex with a guy when we were on a break, and then my boyfriend at the time came back, and he's like, I didn't hook up with anyone. I was like, oh, I did. And then he's like, we weren't supposed to hook up with anyone on our break. So I'm like,
Was that in the contract?
I don't know. So I was like, you're just saying that because nobody wanted to fuck you during the break, you know?
Hilarious. He got mad.
Yeah.
He tried, but nobody fucked him. And
And then we were trying to date again, and he's like, I just can't stop thinking about it. I'm like,
Why is he treating it like a breakup? You were free to do whatever you wanted to do.
yeah, that's not really cheating, right? Like,
some people go on breaks and they don't.
yeah, but have you ever cheated on been like your boyfriend or been in somebody and you're like, I'm gonna go fuck this other person?
Well, the guy I'm dating now, he tried to he claims he tried to break up with his girlfriend a couple times, and then they went on an actual break. And then I met him, and then we made out, and then they broke up again for finally, he said, and then him and I started seeing each other. And then when the girl found out, she started like DMing me, being like, he's a really bad guy, like he cheated on me. She was like, here are the dates, like here are like, because I guess I was on a podcast and I was talking about him, about like how I like made out with this guy on the road and all this stuff. And she listened to the podcast and took notes and did timestamps on it about when I talked about him and sent it to him. And then was like, do you want to see our screenshots? Starts like sending me screenshots of their texts, like how they were on a break but not broken up. I'm like, I was like, I don't care.
that's kind of messy.
She sounds like a lovely woman.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
does.
Wait, this is your current guy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how long you guys been together?
Like almost 2 years.
How'd you guys meet?
I met him. He's
On a break.
On a break. We met on a break. It was spring. It was spring. It was Mexico.
Are you listening? You're sitting right there. across from her.
You're like every man. You don't listen.
No, of course not. Yeah, you're. That's how I know you're a woman.
Because I listen.
Where?
And also, women never forget. Like men forget stuff, like conversations you have, but like a man can say one thing, like I don't know, at like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 years ago, and we remember it.
Yeah, why is that? Is it just pettiness or?
Elephants too.
Yeah, elephants are really.
They never
Petty.
forget.
No.
Elephants are petty?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like, they're like women.
No. Before Ozempic.
Hilarious. Wait, have you done Ozempic?
What? No.
Okay, good.
I have a natural. I'm an eating disorder.
You get it organic.
It's organic.
Yeah, your
I have
eating disorder
AIDS.
is
I have
organic.
AIDS.
That's great.
Eating disorder. That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. Where? What about you, Ian? Have you ever been cheated
on
on?
Ozempic.
No.
We're just going around asking if you've been. You should start going up to women and asking if they've been on Ozempic. They will
That's a
take
good
that
man on
so offensive.
That's a good. We might have to do that.
That's a
Yeah,
good
let's.
man on the street
Yeah,
question.
yeah. Hey, are you on Ozempic?
Do you want some? Because you could use it.
No. Have you ever been cheated on or like had a girl like?
I don't know if I've ever been cheated on, but it's impossible for me not to have ever been cheated on. So I accept that. I did cheat on a girl once on accident.
How was it an
Yeah.
accident? You randomly just had an erection and someone walked into you?
No, I'm gonna tell you. I was dating. I had a girlfriend, and it wasn't going well. So I'm like, I'm breaking up. Well, this is over. So I didn't see her to break up with her officially, but in my mind, I'm like, we're done. So then I ran into an ex, and then we hooked up. And then when I went to go break up with my girl at the time, it's like she kind of apologized for the reason I was going to break up and kind of talked me out of it. I didn't even get the words out. And she sold it, and I was like, all right, I guess we're back together.
Yeah, you sold me.
and so I accidentally cheated.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Like a set of Cutco knives.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
Well, I don't know if that would qualify as an accident. You just cheated, I think. You just cheated. You regretted
You're
cheating.
acting
is
like
what
you were
did,
raped.
yeah.
I'm gonna say it to my boyfriend. Did you cheat on me? I'm like, well, it was rape. So
When in doubt.
Feel bad for me.
Yeah, rape. Yeah, that's a good out for a lot
I
of
is a
women.
good
I'm
out,
like, I
yeah.
hated it.
I didn't say I hated it.
Yeah. How long had you guys been together? Like, so she stopped the breakup. How long
She
did
stopped
you
the
stay?
breakup. Like we've all made up our minds that you got to see this person.
Yeah.
You don't just break up when you just see the person. You've made up your mind
Yeah.
to break up,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you don't think there's going to be anything that they can say to prevent you from breaking up. And
Yeah.
and that's where I was.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I'm going to break up with her next time I see her, I'm broken up.
Right. Yeah. yeah,
from this moment
Right.
now.
You gambled,
You know?
basically.
No, I didn't gamble.
No. All right.
Yeah,
And there's also a thing where
I just never had somebody talk me out of a breakup before.
How'd you do it?
She was an older woman. She was a master.
she put in her 10,000 hours.
Yeah, my-
She
How much
schooled,
older?
She outschooled me.
How much older was she?
Maybe like 4 or 5 years.
My boyfriend's younger than me, and I like them when they're younger because they're not as damaged
Right.
by women yet. So like, I can be a little.
You
more,
can do the damage.
I can be more crazy, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Well, I'm like, all women are like this. You can lie." I'll be like, "You." I'm like, I always joke. I'm like, "You got one of the chill ones. I go, you don't even know what's out there."
That's so funny.
That's how you know they're not one of the chill ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They said, you got one of. Do you tell him that you got one of the chill
Yeah, I was
ones?
like, "You're lucky. You
What
got
does
one
he
of the cool
say?
ones." He's like, just like always smoking weed. He's like, "Sounds good."
Yes, ma'am. More like Oliver. More, please.
So that's actually a good point. That's why people go for younger, like men, because men get looked at the people are disgusted when like a 40-year-old is with, a 22-year-old. But you just laid out a great argument where it's like, no, if you get them young, they're not broken yet.
But women,
I think that's
the women
across
are
the
women,
board.
once they get their period, they're not well.
It's
Shit.
hilarious. Yeah. So,
Elaborate, please.
yeah. What do you mean?
You know how stressful it is to just bleed once a month?
It seems not fun.
It's not a good time. And then the week before you get your period, you're like suicidal and feeling crazy because all the hormones. And then first of all, then you get really bloated, and then you're just like thinking you're so fat, and then you start being like, I want to kill myself. Like I hate everything, and you get really angry. And then the week after that, you're just bleeding. So I only get like 2 weeks vacation a month.
Damn.
And that's if you're one of the chill ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it is. So you're okay with let's say, like the Woody Allens of the world, where it's like, okay, what do you think about that? Where
Where he married his child?
yeah, that's pretty like,
It's not great.
Yeah, what's the question here?
yeah, are you okay?
No, I'm not on Ozempic.
Do you like pedophiles?
Yeah, are
Yes
you?
or
What's your thoughts?
On
Well, because he's an
pedophiles?
older. Well, yeah. Well, is it? I guess what's the line? That's what we're here today to find
Depends on how
out.
much money they have, right?
Yeah, it's
That's a
gross
good
if they're
point.
not rich.
It's like on Epstein Island. I thought it was gonna be like I thought that they were having like 9-year-olds, and then the article came out, and these girls are 16, 17, and they're going to an exotic island and fucking presidents and getting Chanel bags. I'm like, when I was 16, like my boyfriend was retarded,
Yeah.
Like he had no money. We went to spring break in like the Poconos. You guys are going to. He didn't buy me anything. They're getting them Chanel bags.
They're getting flown
They're
to
flying
islands,
private.
yeah. That's a good point.
They're doing coke off Bill Clinton's dick. Like they're having a good time.
You know what? Yeah, I'm on.
But yeah, it was
Epstein's
actually
side.
pretty bad.
No, you just sold me. At first I was
So
against.
you're saying you
Epstein.
were abused in a consensual relationship at the age of 16?
No,
Because your
no. I
boyfriend
said
was
I'm
broke.
jealous. yeah.
He's just a regular guy.
Do you guys know that Stephen Hawking went to Epstein Island?
Sure did.
That's amazing. I remember when that came out, I was like, oh my God, like, how could I get so depressed I couldn't leave my house? Like,
Yeah.
Stephen Hawking makes it all the way there.
It's inspiring.
But I was serious. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, I think he got around. Well, it was pushed around.
Yeah, pushed around.
He cheated too.
cheated on
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. How the fuck does that even happen?
He's smart.
He's smart.
Yeah, he's so
he
smart.
figured out a way to do it.
That's what all those calculations were for. Was how to get pussy.
Yeah.
The whole time.
My thing is, I don't think everyone, because my boyfriend's younger, so everyone's like, he's emotionally like 10 years younger no matter what. You have to date because men mature so
everyone?
much
Other
later.
women?
And like men even say that. They're like, but I don't think men ever mature because I know all these like 50-something-year-olds and they all play video games. Like I think that the men, they just get more tired.
Yeah.
I think that they're like
Tired
still
of fighting back.
Yeah, they're just tired of it. They're too tired to cheat. They're just, they get lazier. They don't get less. They don't get less. Like, they don't got the fight in them anymore.
Yeah. As men get older, they get, weaker, and I think you can see that too with a lot of.
I don't think it's a maturity thing. I don't think the man's like becoming mature necessarily.
He's just
tired.
He's just tired. He's been
Yeah, he's just too
exhausted
tired.
by all these.
Back hurts. He's in pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you see someone who's really tired, like Stephen Hawking, and he's cheating.
He was just really tired.
Yeah, I wish that
He's
guy.
so tired.
No, I'm interested in dating. You know where I get
You're interested in dating?
I'm just interested,
Try
man.
it, Trey. Austin's a great
I'm
city.
thinking about it, man. I'm
Get
doing
out
my
there, man.
I'm
you-
doing my research.
Are you a virgin?
Yeah, I've never had sex.
Well, you better learn physics fast. dude.
I was bad at algebra.
My advice: get a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And connect that keyboard to your throat.
Are girls? Do you find disabilities attractive?
What? No.
No.
Really?
What do you think? You think that I'm specifically attracted to men in wheelchairs?
Oh, just any kind of disability. Like if you see a guy with a limp, or if he's black.
I guess if he has a limp, it takes him. It's harder for him to get away.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
What about like an eye patch, like a missing eye or something?
I guess I don't know.
Well, I want to bring up this.
Men
'cause
should always sleep with one eye open.
They right. I think unless they're gay, I want to show you guys this. This is where I get most of my dating advice from. I'm not ready to date yet, but Tim Pool. You guys aware of Tim Pool, the great Tim Pool, the ladies' man? If we can pull up the clip and go to the timestamp. But yeah, this guy, he's like, he gives everybody.
You don't have the
Premium.
the premium version. Jesus,
Oh,
I'm
this
out.
guy.
Just watching commercials, bro.
You're the guy who gets
Forget Tim Pool.
The great-
You
yeah.
just watch the YouTube ad on a podcast.
you get the Spotify ads when you're
Josh,
having
the
sex.
great
Did you break
producer.
into this studio? We even supposed to. How much time before the owner of this real place comes?
No, yeah, they can't afford YouTube.
damn.
They can't afford YouTube. It's like a running bid at this point. He refuses to get premium.
Needed
yeah.
at all, or like it's not masculine to like show any kind of vulnerability, but like your woman is like the one safe space that's supposed to
Nah, men should never show vulnerability to women.
ever.
Not really, no. And I'll tell you why. Crying in front of your girl, showing vulnerability, like I don't think it. Your job is the man, right? And this is kind of where we get into the issues with egalitarianism and this whole woke culture. Popular society tells men to be open with their emotions, open up to their girl, cry, be vulnerable. That's the worst advice ever, because women don't look for that in a man. They look for a leader, a protector, and a provider. If I'm crying in front of my girl, what I'm outwardly displaying is my inability to potentially lead her in times of peril or danger and uncertainty. So if I am going to cry, I'm really feeling it, I'm going to go ahead and talk to men, because men are going to understand my issue. They can probably better assist me, and they'll understand the problem. Versus if I go to my girl and cry, she's going to lose attraction and respect for me. So I don't think men should ever cry in front of their woman.
Men are better. Okay, so
I think we
let's,
actually talked about this before.
okay, so let's just. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that? Because I totally agree. You cannot show weakness at all.
I feel like that guy's kind of like an Andrew Tate of dating or something.
Oh yeah, this guy
crazy.
Andrew
But-
Tate wishes.
But I think that I don't know. I do think that. But so like my boyfriend recently,
Cried.
he was just being like really depressed. He kept being depressed, and I was like, "You gotta stop! Like that's my thing." Because I was like, there can't be two people, and they're like, I'm the sad one,
Yeah.
I was being serious, and I was like a turnoff. I'm like, if you keep
Wow, really?
being sad, we have to break up. And he's like, what?
interesting.
But then also, sometimes he'll have no feelings, and I'll just be like, are you a psychopath? Like sometimes men have no feelings. I'm like, do you
can't-
ever
you
get
can't
sad?
win.
No,
you can't win. Yeah,
But
it's like,
you can't win, so just don't lose and don't get sad
but how
in
to-
front of your woman.
yeah.
You
But
know
then
what I mean?
if a man, if do you really go to your guy friends and start spilling your heart about things, or are they like, that's kind of gay, man?
You spill it as much as you can. I think there's more room now for guys to spill in front of their homies. But I don't know this guy that well. I've seen clips of him, but I do agree with this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of his. I don't know what the rest of his
Just that point is that.
philosophy. That point is on point.
Yeah, I think that it's very nuanced because I guess you shouldn't be a fucking bitch in
Yeah.
front of your woman, but at the same time, what if like you can't cry at all?
No.
What if Donald Trump just won?
No, I think
You
if
can't
it's
tear
like,
up a little
there's
bit,
like
you
a
know what I
death
mean?
or something. If like
Yeah.
someone dies close to them, that's okay if they cry. If they don't cry in that situation, I'll be like, you're a killer.
Yeah, like
Stuff
sociopaths.
like I think they can't cry over stuff women cry about.
Hilarious. Like
They
what?
have
What's
to cry about man stuff.
With some
man stuff?
Like man stuff could be like a death, something. But if they got like drafted, they should be pumped. There's like
to
different
die.
to fight for.
Yeah,
They get to
Pumped to
fight.
get away from their woman who won't let them cry.
Yeah, no.
that's
It's
what.
a vacation.
Yeah, the worst is two men crying.
That and people in the foxhole, they're just holding each other. It's a therapy
Yeah,
session.
they think we're dead.
Yeah, they don't come back. Yeah, I think it's kind of
They
unhealthy. though.
surrender to the other side. It was a fun prison camp for 2 years.
They go away. Yeah, well, men, but we
Hopefully,
need.
when I get back, she better be married. They better have told her that I was died. And then
Have you ever cried in front of a woman before?
I think I might have made a mistake of doing that once, maybe. Yeah.
Was it
one of the?
I can't really
manly
remember.
reasons?
So long ago. But I remember knowing, you don't do this. Yeah,
you could
right.
feel it.
How'd she react?
Yeah, you know when you do something wrong. You know when you done fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did she react?
It worked, but in the back of their mind, this is like, you know what I mean? You like she said, that's her thing. You know what I mean? And you've heard her say it, so it's like, what do I have to say?
You're supposed to protect me. If you're sad, we can't both be sad.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, there's only room for one.
You
depressed.
can't even be sad if she's sad.
No. Yeah, you can't be sad. I'm sad.
What if your man could lead you out of danger while crying, though?
That's a great point.
That
yeah.
would be like hot. It'd be like in Gladiator if he sheds a tear and then just murders everyone. I'd be like, that was so hot.
Okay, so now we're figuring out the acceptable.
There's the nuance.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like this guy, he didn't really give much nuance. He's just straight
You
like.
got to meet in the middle.
Like if you're
Yeah.
insane hot and you have your shirt off and you're ripped and you cry, that's cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
But if you're like a little bitch and you start crying, I'm like,
You hear that, guys? You got to get in shape to cry.
The Ozempic. This episode was brought to you by Ozempic. Ian, you travel the world too. I wonder, have you noticed?
you travel.
This sounds
Nice segue.
Could you? What's the name? What's the name of that guy that had the talk show with
Byron
comic?
Allen.
Byron
Yeah.
Allen.
Yeah,
You are coming at me so Byron Allen. Ian, you travel the world. But the thing is, at least those comics knew those questions would come in and had those jokes. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Ian
we never
Edwards?
even discussed this.
Well, no, I'm not, because I'm not setting up a joke. I'm just. The question is, do you find a difference in between, like how women are culturally outside of America?
Yeah.
Right.
But I can't really define the differences right now. But yeah, for 100%. Yeah.
Because I felt that they're more chill.
Well, it's because you don't speak their language, so you don't know what they're mad about.
Exactly. Yeah. She's like yapping, and I'm just like.
Trey thinks like, but it means I love you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It's white noise.
Yeah, you think she's freestyling?
She's so
Your flow
talented.
is so beautiful.
She's passionate. She's a rapper. I think her album's about to drop.
I become a manager.
I'm managing.
Yeah.
It's like, Trey, I don't think.
Well, one of the things I noticed is they're like in Europe, they're not dating for a meal. They're not dating for healthcare over there. You know what I mean? They have healthcare. It might not be perfect, but women over here, it's very much how much money do you have, and it's more of a game versus over there. From my experience, I felt
Where
like
is over there?
Yeah,
Europe.
yeah.
Just Europe.
Europe?
Yeah, just, I'm
Everywhere in
talking
Europe.
about Europe.
Because they're different in different countries. The way women are, like the French are known for being like very sexually free. Like
They're great,
They
yeah.
don't care about like they have a lot of pedophiles actually over there in France.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't it? Isn't it like there's someone who is it? Someone in politics right now. I can't remember who. He's dating someone who was his teacher when he was younger. She's like 20 years older.
The guy.
Is it Macron?
Right?
Yeah, I think so. Right?
You know about this Macron? He's married to his wife.
He's married to his wife.
Yeah,
Well, I know that.
which is like crazy. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Crazy, yeah.
No, his wife was his teacher
When he was like in middle school.
when he was in middle school, and she also might be a man, according to
Yes.
Candace Owens.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen that?
I saw she might have used to have been a man part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I
Let's
didn't
try to look
know-
up. I don't want to spread misinformation, but
That's
they
so
definitely.
progressive of you. Instead of she might have used to be a man.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm not, gonna get canceled for this free podcast in a basement that can't afford fucking to have the premium YouTube.
Yeah. Well, who's gonna cancel? What French people?
I mean, I think she looks great.
So, but they met. Like, see if you can find out where they met, because I think that he was really young, but that's like a French thing. They're just over there. I guess they're just freer.
Mm-hmm.
So you can fuck students. Over here, it's frowned upon.
Yeah, high school. She was a teacher.
She was 39. He was 15 years old. So that's like kind of weird,
Oh my God,
right?
and he was a
But
classmate of her
they
daughter.
didn't start. They didn't
Exactly.
date then.
But we don't know.
Okay, well, yeah, let's assume that they weren't fucking, but
They
they
ran
probably
into
were.
each other at the right time somewhere. Like, I'm being optimistic about this.
Yeah, you're trying not to get.
No, I
canceled.
don't even care about that.
Yeah.
I care about, like, if she didn't date him then, and she met him later. Like, who cares?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
If that
I
is
mean,
the case.
my boyfriend's 8 years younger than me, and like I get really randomly insecure about it because I'm like, my mom was like, you're a pedophile. You can't date a man that young. I was like,
Your
well,
mom-
and then I started thinking, I'm like, oh my
Does your
God.
mom know what you've been through?
Yeah, I
why,
was
is she,
like-
why is she telling you this?
Yeah, I
How
was
many
like,
times you went to rehab?
10.
10 times? Like, why is she telling her daughter that went to rehab 10 times you're a pedophile? Is she trying to send you right back?
It's better than me like dating Hunter, coming back from rehab with Hunter Biden.
That's fair. Yeah, Hunter, he's a fun guy.
But I do think there's a double standard that men can date younger women, and it's different when women date younger men. But I think that's changing.
I think a lot of women are going in on men now that date younger women. And I don't think anybody's ever really shit on a woman who's dated a younger man.
Really?
yeah.
I definitely do.
Yeah? I don't know.
Really?
Because they call them like cougars and stuff.
Yeah, that's one.
But that's not like
you could take a
bad.
name.
Complimentary.
Yeah. It's just a name.
Silver Fox is an older man
Yeah.
dating a younger lady. Right?
Yeah, I love older women, man. I mean, they're great. I think
Silver fox sounds less predatory than a cougar.
Yeah.
Cougar sounds sexy.
yeah, cougar. Yeah, like it just is something
Cougar
predatory.
MILF. I don't think cougar is meant as a predatory thing. It's just, but maybe it is.
Oh, I
maybe
just saw
haven't thought
something.
about
Said
it.
he kissed her.
He kissed her.
Began
man.
with a kiss on the cheek
Oh, when he was 16. But is this facts though?
at a school play.
Well, it's on the internet.
So it's internet facts.
It says that it began a love affair, and his parents saw him and banished him to Paris,
Oh, okay.
where obviously he'd have more love affairs.
So I mean, I think that it's not inconceivable that they started fucking in high school. People do it all the time.
Before turning 17, he was dating his still married teacher. She was still married.
Oh wow, this is
Wow.
juicy. This is great.
Just
Wait,
dating
remember-
the whole class.
Wasn't that
But then, what sex was she? Then
Oh,
Oh,
that's my question.
yeah.
I think it was she was a
Can we find out the news about her being a man?
woman. Yeah, like there's Candace Owens. She's really on this.
Yeah, she won't stop.
Yeah, I know. It's entertaining as fuck. But
It's a man.
She's also on the Justin Baldini thing
well, yeah,
a lot. So I'm like, what is the distraction that
doesn't
she's
look like a
creating
man.
with this?
I could see her being a man.
yeah. Like
She's
I don't
small
know.
though.
Yeah.
There's definitely something.
Like, what is she trying to take? You know what I mean?
Something's happening. Yeah.
Something's happening that we're not seeing because
She also just might be a woman, and this is just dumb gossip stuff.
She looks like she's small.
Yeah, I believe this more than Michelle. You heard the conspiracy that Michelle Obama
Yeah,
is a
Mike.
man.
They call
no,
him Mike.
I don't live in Texas, so I never heard that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's everywhere, Ian. It's on the internet. You,
Mike, they call her what? Big,
I'm on the
Big
internet,
Mike.
and I never heard that.
you have never. That is a
Really?
I don't
No,
believe. that.
I heard it in Rogan's special, but
That was your first time.
That's the
hearing
first
it?
time.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, here,
Oh,
if
you're
you-
in your liberal bubble.
well, here, if you try to go on Pornhub, it takes you right to MichelleObama's.com.
And then I did see like somebody made, like how they made that Riviera Gaza thing. Somebody made
Oh yeah.
with that like a video of like all the liberals like on a beach vacationing together, and the when Michelle showed up, she did have a bulge,
Yeah.
But
There's that
I
video.
just think that's just
That could be AI.
There's a
I don't trust
video-
no, it's an
anything.
AI thing. It's a whole
Oh, it
AI
is? Okay.
thing.
But there's
It's
that
like the-
video of her dancing on Ellen with Ellen, and it like everyone says you can see her dick in her pants.
I just
And
feel
that
like
went viral.
I feel like that's just a cheap right wing joke.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
and I don't mind jokes, but make the joke good. Like
Yeah.
write the shit. Like
Like the New York Post.
yeah, don't be lazy.
Yeah.
Don't be
Yeah.
lazy. Like if you made a good Michelle Obama joke, I would laugh because I'm
Right.
If you do a 23 on me, I've been a comic so long. I'm 85% comic. They're not even a race thing. If you can make a racial joke to me, if it's funny, I'll laugh. I don't need to be pissed if you told me some lame shit that was hacky. So the penis thing is just
it's kind of hacky.
It's hacky. I don't laugh at any comic dick joke, even if they're like the top comic. I just take that joke off and I'll laugh at the next ones. Dick jokes is just cheap.
So what do you like? Do you like it when the comics pretend to fuck the stool?
No.
Is that one of your favorites?
No, that's one of my non-favorite things. Yeah.
They were
been
doing
around
that
forever, huh?
Yeah. Like, who hasn't seen that? Like, why would I laugh at that again?
Who was the first guy to do that?
Yeah, who was the first?
You think I know? I know I've been doing comedy that long.
You've been doing comedy longer than all of us.
But,
weren't you around and you come up with
I think
that
that's
guy?
a question that a stool should answer.
A specific stool somewhere.
Yeah,
At what
find
club?
that stool.
Let's have the
You
stool
know what? Do a
on,
documentary thing where you find the first stool.
That's a great point. Let's
that
make
was
a note of
fucked
that.
by a comic.
Let's make a
And
note
you
of
just
that.
like go through. You just you know.
A good Black History moment. Where, but that's a good. So you actually one of the earliest clips I saw of you, it was on Def Comedy Jam. Now your style has evolved. When do you think that happened? Like
When do I think that happened?
Like,
I can
when did
tell
you
you specifically when it happened.
when?
I think when I moved to LA, like in New York, the audiences were very competitive, and you had to show them confidence and strength and stay on top of them.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with early Black crowds, because a lot of them were trained to watch comedy through Showtime at the Apollo.
Right.
And if you come out like weak, they boo. So that would happen in clubs. So in the clubs, everybody, all the comics were like, you ain't gonna get me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
You
even
came out
Bernie
like-
Mac,
yeah.
even though he's from Chicago, that's the vibe he did his Def Comedy Jam set. Somebody got booed right before him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this Canadian comic got booed right before Bernie Mac. So that's why he said, "I ain't scared of you motherfuckers." After he started killing.
Oh,
And then-
that wasn't like
and it wasn't,
thing?
and then hit it, and so that comic getting booed like made his set better because he had those jokes, but then he just improvised the other part because everybody there knew what happened. That's the context of that.
That's so crazy because without that context, he still crushes, but
Not like that. Not as memorable.
right, yeah.
Because he had a callback. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
when I've seen some of the Def Jam stuff, I watch it. I'm like, I will never make anyone laugh this hard. I watch it and I'm like, fuck. Like when I see a funny Black guy, I watch and I go, I will never make anybody laugh this hard
That's so
ever.
bad.
It is, but Black audiences are tougher, right? I think you can agree that it's just tougher to make them laugh. But when you get that laugh,
Right.
they really give it up to you.
And it makes you really feel real good and shit.
Yeah.
Is that the best laughs you think during the Def Jam shows? Like, do you think people laugh like that anymore?
Yeah. Like there's some comics like JB Smooth. We was just talking about JB Smooth, but I've seen some comics and there's some comics from every race that's like just exceptional. That's like, yeah, you can't. It's just no matter what you do, I'll never be as good as some comics. You know what I
I've seen
mean?
Godfrey kill so hard.
Godfrey's just
Yeah.
like,
Oh, he's great.
I just watch him like, what?
yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. But I think so. When you went to LA, you're saying that you learned how to like slow it down, or you didn't. It wasn't a battle so much as.
No, it wasn't just that. So that's why I was that way in New York. Then I moved to LA. And ever since I started comedy, I studied Richard Pryor. And I was like, I broke Richard Pryor down to why is he the way he is? And I was like, because he's just being him. So I ultimately knew that at some point, for me to be the best comic I could be and like have my true own identity, because that's what Richard Pryor, he used to be Bill Cosby, right? Until he became Richard Pryor. Somebody called him out and he became Richard Pryor. So it's like, it's time for me to be Ian Edwards. And Ian Edwards really doesn't yell, you know what I mean? So I gotta like tell these jokes with confidence without yelling and run that test and see how that would work. So then that's what I just started doing.
Yeah. That's amazing because I feel like you are a perfect example of somebody. When I first saw you at the Comedy Store in LA, you're one of the few people where it's like, let me run in and watch this. Or if I'm working, I'll get off my phone or whatever, because a lot of people focused more on, I guess, performance, and but the writing is lacking.
Right.
And I think that's just an important thing. But also as a Black comic, you don't see a lot of chill Black comics. I guess maybe more
There's more now.
now, but back in the day, everyone was kind of like, you had to go out and be loud and
Yeah, it would help to be animated in front of a black crowd.
yeah.
You know, it would help. But I also love animated comedy. I just can't do it. My version of animated comedy was yelling. And then if I did a different character, it'd be just more yelling. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you got to figure out how to be yourself. I think a lot of people still
figure out how to be yourself.
Yeah. That Richard Pryor thing, that's a great point where he was just Bill Cosby.
I think it's so important because before I started comedy, I would watch a lot of comedy. And then when I first started, I just watch specials all the time. And then stopped doing that kind of. And now you talk to younger comedians and they never even heard of anybody because all they do is they see clips.
Yeah.
And that's what they don't watch because you have to watch a full thing. So since coming to Austin, I try, if I'm at the club or something, I'll go in and make sure I sit and I watch the headliner because I'm like, I need to be reminded. Like I'm probably gonna come to your show and watch tonight because I just want to watch and see like good real comedy.
Come see what not to do.
But I'm being serious because like I'll just if I just watch comedy all the time here, going to like bar shows and stuff with like
that's
comics,
true.
it's not helpful because I forget.
Yeah.
Well,
then-
you got
And then
to.
everyone here is like yelling retard and fag.
Oh,
too.
speaking of which, Ian is finally an Austin comic the other night.
No, I'm not, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you doing?
Can you bleep what I said?
No. The other night.
That's my
I
best
said,
punchline.
Listen, we can take anything out that you want, but can I talk about the other night?
Nah. What the hell are you talking about?
You know what I was gonna say is like I never understood how people can like not be in the room and then just go out and perform. I love to see everything that happens in the room. Do you know what I mean? So I go in like kind of more prepared for the energy, you know? Because you just go out there blindly, you don't know what the hell's going down.
Yeah, I like to get a little taste of it.
Yeah.
I might not be able to stay in there for the whole thing, but I like to catch the vibe to see what it's like, you know?
Yeah, I feel that, and I mean, I appreciate you guys coming on, man. I know we got to get ready for a show, but well, really, Ian, it's his show, and then he's letting me open for him.
Oh, okay. I was like,
So
that's
you're
great.
You're featuring.
Yeah,
Oh, great.
yeah, that's all right. Yeah, but no, it's been fun, man. Like I think the Austin scene, people shit on this scene, but like
They do?
Yeah.
oh my god, a lot of people, and I mean,
Like,
I guess
who's doing that?
Everyone
Why?
in New York. I moved here from New York, and I walked back into the stand when I came home to visit, and someone yells, "Oh, there's our free speech warrior!" And then everyone's like, "How's Kill Tony?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I'm not on it." Like,
oh my god, yeah, but that's what they think all of Austin is, and it's a big part of it. Obviously, people come here for Kill
and
Tony.
yeah, people be like, "Tony, do you want to do a full set or you want to just do 1 minute?"
That's pretty funny.
Though everyone that says that would 1,000% love to do a minute on Kill Tony.
Yeah.
Just like everybody that shits on Rogan would show up immediately if he was like, "Hey, come do my podcast."
Exactly.
But no, I love it, man. The scene is here, and I'm happy that Ian, you decided to move.
That's great.
Hilarious.
Yeah, everybody, the newest resident. Thank you so much. If you like the pod and you're a true American, please subscribe and like and follow Ian Edwards. Tell everybody where they can follow you guys.
Oh, you can follow me at Chloe Lebranch. That's it.
Nice.
And at Ian Edwards Comic on Instagram and on YouTube and on Twitter.